You've got an event taking place coming up in mid-August, as a matter of fact.
Yes, sir. And we're excited about it. It's our second annual prophecy conference, and we had good results last year. We really did. We had, I think the first night we had over 300-some people, like 350, 60 people show up for it.
Before we go any further, Piney Grove Baptist Church, where is it located? So we're going to mention this several times during the conversation.
Okay. It's in Swansboro, and it's just probably the best way to get to it is find the Bojangles that's there at the intersection as you're going out of Swansboro on the Swansboro-Belgrade Road. Make a right-hand turn, go down about half a mile. We're right there on the left.
On Belgrade,
yes,
Belgrade Road.
Yes,
right.
sir.
Yeah.
Right.
All right. So you did this last year. You had how many nights? How many days and nights is this?
Well, last year we did it Friday night, and then we did it all day Saturday and half Sunday.
Right.
This year we're going to do all day Saturday and half a day Sunday.
Okay. And again, this is Belgrade Baptist Church, just outside of Swansboro on Belgrade Road.
Yeah, Piney Grove Baptist Church.
What did I say? I'm sorry.
Piney
Grove.
That's
yes.
Okay. That's all right.
And Piney Grove Baptist Church, I'll get this here in a moment, on Belgrade Road in Swansboro. All right, Pastor, let's talk about the event. What is this?
It is to inform people, the populace, that there's something going on in our world, and it's there's an answer to that. We believe that what we're seeing happen, and number one, is not by accident. That things are occurring because, as we believe, and what this conference is trying to show, is that the Bible speaks clearly about these events that are going to take place. Maybe not some of them actually specifically, but definitely the general understanding of them is there, and why they're happening, why we're seeing them occur.
And specifically, what are we talking about?
World government.
Right.
Right now, in fact, a lot of people don't know about this, but in September, the UN General Assembly will have their annual meeting. But there's something going to go on there that a lot don't realize. There is a resolution that they are calling for the nations to sign off on, which essentially is going to give them a lot of power to rule the world. One world.
The World Health Organization, basically establishing that as the primary decision maker for anything regarding health care in any country.
And a lot more. They are asking for the nations to give up their sovereignty. They're actually asking for them to sign off and agree to the 2030 agenda, the SDG, Sustainable Development agenda, idea of what they want to see accomplished by 2030, and that covers a large spectrum. It virtually is becoming a one world governing agency. The nations, a lot of them will have, they want all to surrender their rule,
their sovereignty.
Absolutely, yes. And so
we're talking again with Pastor Alex Poindexter, and the event's taking place August
17th and 18th.
17 and 18. Okay, and I in the process, who are you suggesting attend this? Because there obviously, I know that we're going to be looking at basically. Anyone who's related, who has a faith-based issue, but I'm wondering, what about church leaders?
It's open to everybody.
Okay.
In fact, my congregation, and when they go on to register for that, you have to go on our website.
Okay, which is
Piney Grove Baptist CH.
Okay.
.com.
All right.
Again, that's Piney Grove Baptist CH.com.
Mm-hmm.
And if they go on there on the homepage, there's all the information about how to register. There's a $10 fee, and that covers lunch. That's what it's for. We're providing a box lunch on Saturday for the attendees. So, but it's open for everyone. Now, the seating's limited. We're limited to 200 seats.
Wow.
So,
and you had over 300 people
Yes, we
year.
did. Yes, we did. And, of course, it was 3 nights, and we had 3 speakers last year.
Let's talk about your speakers.
Okay. Last year we had Tom Hughes, who does Hope for Our Time. He's internationally known. We had Billy Crone, and then we had Ken Michael as a representative for olivetreeviews.org.
Right.
So this year we're just having Tom Hughes and Ken Michael come and speak. So Billy, we did not ask him to come simply because his schedule is so booked. It'd be hard for him to get in. So, but anyway, we're having those two men come in, and they do a weekly blog and YouTube and all of that. And
when will it start? During this? It's Saturday and Sunday.
Yeah.
It's 17, 18,
Yeah.
August 17, August 18. When does it start on Saturday?
Saturday starts at 9 a.m. The doors will open at 8, and
Okay.
it'll go from 9 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. And then it'll open again on Sunday at 8 o'clock, and it'll begin at 9 a.m. and it'll go to 12 p.m.
Are we talking eschatology, end times here?
Yes, sir. Yes,
Okay,
sir.
I want to
Yeah,
get that.
Yeah, yeah. It's all of those events. How do they line up? You know, prophetically, you know, the Bible, close to 1/3 of it is prophecy.
Right.
50% of that has already been fulfilled to the T. So kind of should make everybody kind of look, you know, think about, okay, if 50% of it's already been fulfilled and it was done exactly the way it said, then maybe I need to pay attention to the last portion. So
What's the title of this program?
End times happening now.
End times happening now.
Absolutely.
All right.
Yes.
And it's taking place August 17th and 18th
Yes, sir.
at Piney Grove. I'm going to get this one time right. Piney Grove Baptist Church there on Belgrade Road, just outside of Swansboro.
Yes, sir. Yes.
And it's open to the public.
Yes,
However, you are limited on seating.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Now, if we have extra people come, we'll make it work, but it is definitely limited to 200 actual seats. Now, there could be overflow, which we'll have closed circuit TV that they can watch. Now, the other side of this is that it will be live streamed.
Okay.
So if they go to our website, it's not up and running yet, but it will be.
Piney Grove Baptist CH.com.
That's correct.
Okay.
That's correct.
Piney Grove Baptist CH.com.
Right.
All right. Pastor Alex Poindexter with us this afternoon. Pastor, you've been paying close attention, obviously, to the events of the world and, of course, here in this country. We're watching the situation here with the recent assassination attempt on former President Donald Trump. And, of course, there's a lot of debate right now about, you know, what the focus is and the direction of this country. Do you think that there's a possibility this country may not participate this go-around with the UN?
I don't know. I think the trend shows opposite of that by our current administration. I think we will be involved, and they've been highly involved in trying to keep Israel, bound in the Middle East.
Right.
And so I would anticipate. I do know this, that our current administration, from the very get-go, was 100% behind the World Economic Forum and the UN 2030 agenda.
Right.
So I would anticipate that they are going to be involved in this. I know back earlier, the World Health Organization met, and they had signed off on the resolutions that were there to give the World Health Organization the control of everything.
Right.
However, that did not go through. It's not that it's not going to, and I'm kind of suspecting that this is going to be part of the UN General Assembly there at the same time. I've got a feeling that they're going to work this in there all at one shot.
When is this resolution supposed to be presented again?
It's a resolution asking the nations, the sovereign nations, to sign off on literally a new world government, a new UN. In other words, the UN will not operate like it has always operated. It's going to change drastically, and that is to fit their UN, the 2030 agenda, the World Economic Forum, the World Health Organization. They're all working hand in hand with each other.
Right. And this is coming up this year.
Yes, sir. September.
September.
Yeah, all month, the whole month of September. So the first portion of the General Assembly will take place the first portion of September, and then I think somewhere around the 22nd or 23rd is when that resolution is going to be presented, and they'll have debate over it and whatever.
Okay, so you're seeing this as basically a fulfillment of the scriptures.
Yes.
There's at this point you're not holding out a great deal of hope that this country will resist it.
No,
at this point?
No, and as well as other nations that I think are going to follow suit with it. because
So you're taking the political environment and you're incorporating that with the faith environment.
absolutely, absolutely. In Revelation chapter 13, it speaks of the man, the lawless one, the Antichrist, that is going to show up on the scene. Some have termed him the Mr. Fix-It, and right now the world is screaming for a world leader. Literally, there are no leaders in the world right now that the world looks to for the answer, and they're looking for that. You know, 2 Timothy chapter 2 says, in the last days, perilous times will come. And that phrase, perilous times, in the original language from which we get our English translation, says times of great distress. And we are there. We are there. Literally, as you look at the world, I wake up every morning wondering, okay, who has attacked who? You know, who has pulled the trigger?
There's no question about it. And, of course, we're looking at a growing divide between the United States and the Western democracies, and that of China and Russia. Of course, the situation in Russia is
right.
Then you throw in Iran,
right? I mean, and Iran's right in there, and a lot of people don't know this, that Iran, Turkey, and Russia, as well as China involved with them, have signed off on an agreement to support each other and to stand with each other, militarily, economically, all of it. In fact, they broke away. They have BRICS, which is a new economic system where they just recently, in the last couple of months, I think it was, even as early as last year, quit using the U.S. dollar. So,
it is interesting. And again, we have Pastor Alex Poindexter with us with Piney Grove Baptist Church. It is interesting. You are paying close attention to world politics, not just an issue of faith and spirituality, but really, if you will, feet on the ground.
Absolutely.
And is that a call to other Christians that they need to engage?
Absolutely. The
so often, I apologize for interrupting,
no.
but you see a lot of pastors who are saying we shouldn't be involved politically.
Right.
You don't agree with that?
No, I don't. They are. I believe there is a fine line that we walk with that.
Understand.
But I think we need to speak. Scripture clearly tells us that we are to stand up for righteousness and to speak to these issues, if you want to call it that. That
what happened to that famous wall? Thomas Jefferson.
We pastors are. The statistic right now, less than 2% of churches in America, not the world, less than 2% are addressing or speaking on anything that is going on in the world, and how does it tie in scripturally?
I've had discussions on this very topic, and why is that? I'm just curious. Is it a matter of caution, fear? And I'm asking a speculative question on you.
No. I believe we can. I believe the answer is there. I believe, first of all, sadly, I believe that many pastors are fearful that if they start talking about these events, that they're going to lose their congregation. They're going to lose their populace. In other words, they're going to.
Well, their populace then is very thin. It's very shallow.
Right. Absolutely.
It's in spiritual faith and depth.
Yes. So they want to. You know, the scripture also says in 2 Timothy, it says that in the last days, it's what it says, or in the latter days, it says that they will heap to themselves teachers, speaking of the congregation, with itching ears. Not the teachers, but the congregation. In other words, tell me what I want to hear, don't tell me what I need to hear. And so those pastors, they succumb to that. And so that's what they focus on. And so, again, their fear is that if I start talking about these events and I start showing what Scripture is saying about them, therefore that makes people to think, okay, whoa, wait a minute. Time is getting short here. What should I be doing? What should I be paying attention to? And so in the process of that, people also that don't want to hear it, they're going to leave. So you're going to have, especially these larger church congregations who, I will say to you, have become organizations, not organisms. In other words, they're not fluid. And as you know, an organization, if it gets big enough, they sacrifice what they need to keep operating.
Right.
And so they lose people.
Their mission becomes survival.
Absolutely.
Not
right. Right. So they'll lose people. Their fear of being labeled as whatever. Yeah. Okay. And so there's many factors, but one of them, of course, bottom line is the income, the money that's coming in.
Exactly.
And too many churches across America and across the world, I won't just pick on the United States, but many of your large church groups and denominations, it's all about the money.
They're looking for numbers, not depth.
Absolutely.
Not real
Absolutely.
investment.
Absolutely.
We're talking with Pastor, pastor of Piney Grove Baptist Church, Alex Poindexter. I apologize.
That's okay.
It's been a year since we've talked
Yes, sir.
last.
Yes, sir.
And end times happening now,
Yes.
August 17 and 18. The website, because if you want to attend, you have to register. Seating is limited.
Yes, sir.
It is a whopping $10 to attend so that you can enjoy lunch. It starts at 9 o'clock Saturday, August 17.
Yes, sir.
And it's at Piney Grove Baptist Church. Now, the website, PineyGroveBaptistCH.com.
That's
One
correct.
more time, PineyGroveBaptistCH.com. It's an opportunity for the community to get involved, but
Yes.
also, quite frankly, Pastor, to hear something from a church that they normally, quite sadly, don't often hear.
Right.
That we, as members of those churches, of Christian faith,
Right.
should be engaged,
Right.
not distanced.
Absolutely.
But real
Go
quick
ahead.
question, and won't belabor your time.
Right.
But the important part here is, obviously, we're looking at end times,
Yes, sir.
eschatology as it's known.
Right, sir.
Why should we be engaged?
Well, it comes down to the root issue. Christ said that you would be my witnesses both in Jerusalem, Judea, Samaria, and the uttermost parts of the earth. The witness to the gospel.
To
And to
occupy.
occupy till I come. Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
I want to thank you, Pastor Poindexter. It is at Piney Grove Baptist Church, August 17 and 18. And you do need to register. That's PineyGroveBaptistCH.com.
That's correct.
Pastor, I look forward to talking to you again about this.
Thank you, sir.
It's a
Appreciate it.
pleasure.